If you wanna stay with me, if you wanna try, maybe you could be with me, but only for the night. And I'll let the window open, baby. Leave my key outside the door. We don't need to tell nobody, but I think I'm ready to be only for the night. If you wanna stay with me, if you wanna try, maybe you could be with me, but only for the night. And I'll let the window open, baby. Leave my key outside the door.
Hey everybody, it's Wednesday and we're live at 12:45, just as promised. Hope you're having a great week after the holiday week. At least it's only 4 days, I guess. But those 4 days can feel like an eternity. Get it? All right, so what are we doing here today? We have our live show. Whether you're watching us live right now or you're tuning in to the live show that's been recorded, thank you for joining. We have 23 hot auctions going up today. Oh, we just got a bid. What does the watch say? Oh, we got a bid on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for NES. All right. So beginning in 15 minutes, our first two auctions will end. And every 3 minutes after that, 2 more auctions will end. And we'll just continue to watch these go off live on eBay as we're doing it. So it's pretty exciting. I'm not going to complain. So that's what we do every week, 12:45. We watch my eBay auctions end and see if people bid in the last minute, what we call snipes. And whether they bid or they don't, hopefully someone wins and hopefully somebody pays so I can ship it out. So you just never do know sometimes, right? I watched them all twice. Get those views up. No kidding. The live show views, it kind of hit or miss from week to week. Last week was a low view week. And it was a really short show, too. But today, it's a much bigger show. A lot more auctions. And I hope everything goes great. So we'll see what ends up happening here. All right, well, first off, got to show off what we're having as a beverage today. We're doing the Sierra Nevada Pacific Torpedo IPA. Look at that. Pretty sweaty already, Eddie. That's pretty good. Oh, breaking stuff. All right, well, why don't we take a look at what we have going up for auction, or ending here, beginning at 1 o'clock. We have, of the 23 auctions ending, the first 2 will be Final Fantasy for the NES from 1990. One that kind of kicked it off in America anyway, right? Then we have the Evercade Pico Arcade Collection 1, new and sealed. Then we have the Nintendo lot that has Blaster Master, Pinball Solstice, and Wizards and Warrior 2. We have Super Mario Galaxy for the Wii. Look at that bargain price, sitting at $1.29. I'm telling you, that is one of the best Mario games. But you have to play it on the Wii. Mario Kart Wii, another really good edition of Mario Kart, sitting at $22.50. Then we have another Nintendo lot that has a really good arcade lot here. In fact, a guy reached out to me that lives 15 minutes out of Mankato, asked if he could pick it up if he wins it. I said, sure. So anyway, we got Burger Time, Galaga, Gauntlet, and Rampage. Then we're rolling on into Rolling Thunder, 720, Russian Attack, and Othello. Wow. Here's a couple more Wii games. We got the Zack and Wiki Quest for, I called it Barbados in the video, but Barbaros. So I don't really know what that means exactly. exactly. It looked like a tropical island to me. And then we have the Tatsung Oko versus Capcom. Pretty rare Wii game, actually. This one we just had the bid on that as we started the show, but it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 for the NES. Then we have R-Type for the Sega Master System from 1988, sitting at $31. We have the Nintendo GameCube console with Madden 2003 or 2002. I can't remember. I can't see in the little picture right there. It's one of the two. It has Culpepper, Dante Culpepper on the cover. So, is a Minnesota fan. That's a pretty big deal. That's sitting at $61. Then we have Fantasy Zone 2, sitting at $6.50, which is quite the bargain. Next, we have the Sega Genesis Classics. We all know that Tito really enjoys this one. It's for the Switch, and it's got a lot of Genesis games on it. I think it says over 50, I think it says right there. And including the Phantasy Star games. And you can save everything, and you can play it in the Switch on the go. So, that's pretty cool. A lot of these have been relisted here because we had one guy win 5 auctions 2 weeks ago, and he never paid. He had a 0 rating. So, it is what it is. Then we have Point Blank 2 sitting at $17.06 for the PlayStation. G Darius HD for the Nintendo Switch, still new and sealed, sitting at $11.50. We have the Evercade EXP-R bundle with the Tomb Raider collection, sitting at $100 even. Final Fantasy 12, new and sealed for the Nintendo Switch, sitting at $20.01. And here's a big one. Here's the Sega Genesis 1 model with the Sega CD Model 2 with 2 games sitting at $173.01. Sega Genesis 1 with Model 2 Sega CD with 2 games. I wrote that kind of dumb. We have Mortal Kombat 11 for the Nintendo Switch sitting at a bargain price of $7. And then my neighbor Katie's favorite, we got some bonus items from garage sales up here. We got the Hardy Boys Mysteries Metal Lunchbox with thermos sitting at $15.50. Then we have this vintage 1970s Walt Disney metal lunchbox with the thermos as well too, sitting at $13.50. And last but not least, we have a 99-cent tractor with trailer, and it has a bid of 99 cents. So I guess that's all good news when it comes at the end of the day, right? Yeah, so I got this new light. So picture might look a little bit different. Picked this up free off the curb the other day, and it's one of those actual circle lights for shooting video. So we'll see if this light works better than the old light, if I like it better or not. I ended up using the second light to get another angle for taking photos for eBay because they were not as bright as I liked. Let's quickly look at what we have scheduled going up as the show runs. We have the Evercade VSR, which is the home console version with the Tomb Raider, and that'll be starting here soon. We have a Garmin Instinct Esports Edition watch. We have Guy Rise. I remember it taught me how to say it, but I can't say it anyway. Gaiaras or something like Gaiaras. Gaiaras? I think that's how you say it. Sega Genesis. It's the limited edition one, sealed with a T-shirt. Then we have the Dragon Warrior 2 for NES. And we have the C64 mini console, new and sealed. The Nintendo lot with Tiny Toons, Bugs Bunny, Dream Master, and I cannot remember the last game in this lot. The Rocketeer. Look at that. And the next one, we have famous RC Program, Jordan vs. Berg, Dino Wars, and Xenophobe. And last but not least, we have the 30-year anniversary edition from IM8-Bit of Mega Man X. And it is new and sealed. So that's pretty cool. Look at that. A lot less auctions next week. I might be throwing up some more bonus items on Friday on a 5-day auction and at the same time too. So we'll see how it goes. Very exciting, nevertheless, right? Let's go back to... Maybe hitting the back button was a bad idea, huh? What the heck? Doesn't need to be that hard. I'll just hit that button. Okay. All right, well, let's get into it, shall we? Still have 7 minutes to go, technically. But you can see here our first 2 auctions. We have the Final Fantasy for the Nintendo, and we have the Pico Evercade game Arcade Collection 1 sitting at $26.50. We still have 6 minutes to go before these two pop. So, over the week, I've been working on some stuff. Been working in the arcade quite a bit. Having a little bit of trouble with the Sindens and 2-player. And I had to order some new buttons, some stuff. By this weekend, I'm thinking we're going to have a nearly complete arcade finally. I did the House of the Dead 2 theme on it, and I think it looks good, but the marquee's kind of cut off the way it's in there. It's not quite the right size as I hoped. So I might put a Point Blank as the shooter marquee in there, because it might match my cabinet colors better, as silly as that may sound. But we'll see how this goes. I'm going to shoot a video of it when it's complete, and I'll share it with you guys in one of these live shows, or just on my channel in general. So, pretty excited about that. Second, the Defender, I have, I think, all the parts now to get going. I purchased an overlay and the marquee from a guy on eBay, and it took him, I think, 11 business days to ship it, and then if you read in the fine print, he allows himself that. Joyous. And then it comes and he hasn't trimmed it at all or anything. Like, I would never order from him again. Very bad. So I ordered the marquee for House of the Dead, and the only reason that it's kind of the wrong size, it's on me for that. Okay. I had that thing in 2 business days in-house. So this guy took 11 days and then plus 3 more days, I think, of shipping. So it took 14 business days to receive it, where the other guy did it in 2. So hats off to you. But yeah, no, it's been a fun project. The Defender, I have to do some work. I have the wood ready. I just have to do the cutting on it. I'm gonna use my buddy Mike's house to do the routing on it and get it cut up just the way I need it. But it should be good. My neighbors bought my Miss Pac-Man arcade, and they bought a fancy stool for it. I haven't seen the stool put together yet, but I am looking forward to giving it a sit. It was an expensive stool. I think they paid like $150 for it, but it's Miss Pac-Man, and it's made by Bandai, or at least it's branded that way on the box even. So I think it's probably a pretty nice stool. Those one-up arcade stools, I mean, if you sit on those too long, you're going to burn your ass out. But, you know, it kind of is what it is, right? Over the weekend, we're up north at the lake cabin, helping the parents put docks and lifts in and just some miscellaneous around. Help do some plumbing. Had a little leak from turning on the guest cabin. And things were working pretty darn good. Can't complain. It's nice to get up there and have good weather for Memorial Day. You never know. So it was generally during the day about, let's say, 65 to 70. And if you're in the sun, you got hot. If you're in the shade, the breeze off the lake, which the water's still very cold, was almost made you chilly. So you kind of had to move in and out of the sun, if that makes sense. But it felt good. Felt good. It's always good to get up there, let me tell you. And right before that, we went and saw the new Mission Impossible movie. My wife is a lifelong huge fan of Tom Cruise and the Mission Impossible movies, and we were able to check those out. Oh, this one and the last one obviously too, but she's seen every one of them, I think, in the theater. And it's kind of like an encyclopedia of all the plot lines and stuff. So if you are a big fan of the series, this last one will be a huge hit for you. Oh, we just got a bid in Final Fantasy of $1. It'll be a big hit for you because there's a lot of flashbacks and they bring back a lot of characters. And it was actually pretty well done. Long movie, about 3 hours, but nevertheless, it's entertaining. Even though you get kind of sick of Tom Cruise running around, but I think in his older age, like, I think he's a better actor now for some reason. He doesn't annoy me like he used to. So who knows? Hey, Marky Mark, how you doing? We're almost to the action point here. We're getting down there. 1:31 seconds on these 2 big bad boy auctions. So we'll see what happens here, huh? There's Stacy. She loves her Tom Cruise. But no, I think he did a really good job. And I don't know. I'm trying to think who could ever go in his place, as dumb as that sounds. Like, is there anybody respectable enough that when he's done making movies, like when he's 95 probably, who's going to jump into that? Uh-oh, Katie's here. There you go, Katie. Way to be productive at work. I appreciate you watching, though. All right, we're getting down to 51 seconds. It's getting close to snipe time. And for those of you that are new to the show or watching it recorded new to the show, we consider a snipe as any bid in the last 20 seconds. So we kind of enjoy that a little bit. You know, my camera, is it? I feel like I'm too... Let me try to make a little adjustment here. Nothing like that on the fly, right? There we go. Because when I lean in, I feel like I was cutting my head off right here. All right, we're in Snipe Land. We're at 1050 for Final Fantasy. And the Pico's at 2650. We have 15 seconds, 14 seconds, 1550, 2650. No movement. 10 seconds. 1050 and 2650. That's a hell of a deal in the Final Fantasy. Oh, we got a little movement in Final Fantasy. We're at 1139, 210. Wow, that's a really good price for the Final Fantasy. Somebody got a good deal.
Wow!
Well, not going to use that camera, guys. All right, so. Oh, shoot. I had this kind of set up goofy, don't I? Let's go like this again. All right, so the next one is the Blaster Master, which we're at 1550 for that lot. And eBay Archive. And the next is the Super Mario Galaxy, which popped up to 550. Remember, that was $1.29 when we were reviewing them. So that's good. It's moved up a little bit. The Blaster Master Pinball Solstice and Iron Sword, which is Wizards and Warriors 2, which recently gone back and played quite a bit of them. What the hell? Sorry, excuse me. Mark Krall's a funny guy. See, you got your friends that support and watch your show, and you get your friends who just make fun of the show. That's how it works in the world, folks. Anyway, not complaining by any means. Cheers. 1550 and 550. We got a minute and 36 seconds to go. So I made a purchase for the lake. We have this kind of loft area above the cabin where there's some sleeping, and people can go up there and watch TV if they want to get away from everyone. And the, whatchamacallit, we have good antenna TV there. But now that we have YouTube TV, and now we're using the Visible plan with unlimited hotspot, we're kind of pushing the limits. So I bought some on sticks. This looks similar to this remote, right? And I am impressed with the on sticks. They're $13 new on Amazon. They do the power on the TV, volume on the TV. They only do 1080p on the $13 sticks, though. Okay? But it's just straight up Android TV. It's perfect. So you go to your home screen, all that stuff, it pulls in. Like, I'm a YouTube subscriber, meaning I pay for YouTube so I don't have commercials. And then YouTube TV, and then YouTube Music comes free with the paid for commercial thing. So my home screen just is bloated up wonderful when you turn it on. All right, hold on that. We're in Snipe Land here. Nintendo Lot is at 1550, and the Mario Galaxy is at 550. Katie, you should be excited for those bonus items. 10 seconds to go. Uh-oh, 1550 and 550. We're going to get any movement on these two? Oh, we got 650, 750 on Mario. 1550, 850 on Mario. 952. We have some snipe action. That's not terrible, is it? Let's just go with... Yes, that was a little bit of a snipe on there. So that's good news. All right, Mario Kart, 2250, still at 2250. And we have another Nintendo lot with arcade games sitting at 1375. How exciting can it get? Man. So anyway, I picked up the On 4K Plus because I was so impressed. And they're only $30, brand new at Walmart. So what do you say? What do you mean? $30. Big whoop, right? It's just another generic Android TV box. Let me show you a little something here. All right, so if you're familiar with Android boxes and stuff, right? So you have like your Fire TV, you have the Shield, okay? And here are some benchmarks to show you. So if you look at this is raw CPU power. So the Cube 3, surprisingly, although I hate Fire TV's ecosystem, has the Cubes have some mean processors in them. And then the old Shield 2, I used to own that. Then there's a Shield 3, and then the Shield TV 3. But look what falls in here. Right about it the same is a Shield TV 3. And not too far away from the Pro. This thing is powerful. I think it will do PS2 full speed. And yes, you can sideload stuff into it. So I may do a video on that. It's kind of interesting if you scroll down, you can see like here's your Fire Stick, 4K2, came out in 2003, and you compare that to this, we have a pretty big gap there. It ain't so bad. And then what's also interesting is the GPU. When it comes to emulation, GPU is important. And it's sitting right up there. It's above the Fire Cube 2 and below the 3, but the Shields have an amazing GPU in them. I think it's interesting, regardless. So there's my 2 cents. So for $30, you get yourself a really good system. Plus, it does volume of the TV or receiver. You can program your receiver for the volume, and the power button will still do the TV. All right, we're in Snipe Land. $22.50 for Mario Kart. Nintendo lot at $13.76. $22.50 and $13.76. What could possibly happen next? $22.50, $13.76. Are we going to get skunked here? $22.50. Oh, $23. $13.76. $23.50. We got a little bit of a snipe there, huh? That's not even like... I'm trying to think of it's just a...
Wow!
Yep. Wow. We picked up a couple of bucks or something like that. Maybe $1. Yeah, $1. All right, Nintendo lot. We got the Rolling Thunder at $11.50. And then we have the Zack and Wiki. Oh, this jumped up. This was at like $3 when we first started. So that's good news, right? I'd say so. Look at these labels on these bad boys. Pretty exciting, let me tell you. So, just a little bit continuing on with this. So this remote, it does the audio for the receiver and the TV power button. And of course it'll do art controls too. But the layout's pretty nice. It's got a microphone too. Even the sticks have the microphone. So, kind of like, been a diehard Roku fan for a very long time. Maybe too long. And I might be slowly making the switch on this. I don't think I'll make a change to the main TV upstairs because I don't want to throw my wife's ecosystem off, but you just never know what'll happen, right? All right. Let's see here, 11:50 and 8:50. We have 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. And, we're just kind of rock and rolling here. Last week, we had the theme of the Atari 5200. And we sold a working console that I picked off my buddy Joe. And I put some of my games with some things too. And I also had a big Atari 5200 trackball that I was able to test because I had the working 5200 in hand. And I sold it. I think it went for $63. Which is a decent price. And a guy messaged me a couple minutes after the show was over saying that he didn't get the notification from eBay or whatever, so he didn't get his bids in the last minute, so he missed out. If the other buyer doesn't pay, let him know he's very interested in it. So I'm like, all right. But it's weird because that was the only one that wasn't getting paid for. And I'm like, is this in cahoots? Is it something weird? Well, the guy finally paid for it Saturday. So he won it Wednesday, paid for it Saturday, shipped it out yesterday because it was the first day I could. So there you go. 20 seconds. We're in Snipe Land. $11.50 for the Nintendo line, $8.50 for the Wii, Zekken Wii game. $11.50 and $8.50. Are we going to get any good snipes, or are we going to sit here nice and low again? Uh-oh. 5 seconds ago. $12.50. We got $1. Oh, went up $5 there, too. You know what? Let's just bring this up a little bit, huh? Let's play my favorite snipe video. Why can't I see it? Am I blind? There. I like that tune, I'm sorry. All right, let's move on. So we got Tatsunoko at $27 versus Capcom, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at $23.50. These look like a couple of fun games, huh? I don't think they made this Capcom game for anything but the Wii. It may have been an arcade game. I don't think it is. I've never seen it being emulated, but I might be wrong. But it is a good game. It's another tag team fighter for Capcom, and the graphics are really nice, and it's hard to emulate. You need quite a bit of horsepower on your Wii emulator in order to pull that off. You know, I should probably try to put the Wii on this thing, huh? That might be a little fun test. If I could get that running full speed. Because all you need is a sensor bar plugged into the USB port of the TV. And a simple Wiimote. It'd be a nice little easy setup. God, it's cool. It has 16 gigs of storage memory on it, which isn't a ton. But if you plug a hub into it, which you can, because it has an OTG USB on it, it will allow you to hook up as many USB hard drives or anything you want to that little box. But I like to keep things little and simple, though. So what do you do? Yeah, so last night, I'm laying in bed, and I didn't have anything to drink the whole day. I ate a little bit of these chicken strips and fries. I used like that Parmesan garlic sauce from BW3s. And I woke up with just spitting out acid. And I get scared when I spit out acid like that sometimes, because if it hits me just right, I tend to, I can't breathe. Like, it's really nasty. So anyway, I feel a little weird this morning still from it, because I was up a lot last night dealing with that. But anyway, we're in Snipe Land. That's all that matters. $27 and $23.50. The Wii games at $27. The NES Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is at $23.50 with 10 seconds to go. $27, $23.50, $27, $23.50. We going to get any movement here? $27, $26, $25. We haven't been skunked yet. We made another, $2.75 on that one. Let's go buy a car.
The shots came from the rooftop. A sniper. A good one.
Yeah, a real good one. All right, let's move on. We got R-Type. That's sitting at 31. Oh, it's up to 33.79. And we have, look at this. It's a GameCube lot with Madden 2002. That bass thumping on the sax snipe video. Yes, it is. That's my favorite snipe video. You know, it's pretty sweet. Look at this classic here. 1988 R-Type for the Master System. It's almost an arcade perfect port, really. It's done so well on the Master System, which is pretty darn rare. So speaking of rare, I don't know how common it is to have this digital port. All my other GameCubes don't have this. And if you look for the actual cable that you buy for this thing, it's like $150. But it's a true digital output for your GameCube. I'm just kind of go, look at that smoke stain there. Or discoloration, anyway. What do you do? But it works. That's all that really matters, folks. We have a working GameCube. But yeah, that heartburn thing really messed me up. So I'm trying to take as many Tums as I can and swallow, and I can't stop coughing. It just more acid keeps coming up. And I'm standing, I'm in the bathroom, and I take some Pepto-Bismol, and I don't know what it was. It wasn't expired, but it was so thick. I could barely swallow it. It was a horrible night last night. But then I tried to sleep sitting up, and I can't do that. So, this is a good one. So, yeah, we got a little movement on our type there, up to 34.89 now. We're almost a snipe. We're at 37 seconds. Oof, it tastes good. I'm not gonna lie, these IPAs just taste too damn good. Problem is, they make me too crazy. I drink too many of them. But, you never know. All right, here we getting down the snipe. Now we're at 34.89 and 63. 34.89 and 63. 34.89 for the R-Type for the Sega Master System, and $63 for the Nintendo GameCube set. 34.89, 63. We have 5 seconds to go. 34.89, 63, 34.89, and are we getting skunked? Oh no, that poor boy. That poor boy. Can't believe you guys let him die like that. All right, we got to move on. That's all we can do. Fantasy Zone was at it's from $6.50 to $10.05. And the Sega Genesis Classics is at to $18 for the Nintendo Switch. If you like Sega Genesis and you have a Nintendo Switch, that is the game for you. Whether you buy it here or you buy it somewhere else, it's a pretty sweet one. Well, that's really gross, Mark. You made that and you put that pink stuff in my bathroom and it came from your body? Ugh. Well, it didn't really work. So maybe there's a small percentage of me right now that's actually believing you. Terrible situation. So I plan on hitting up some more garage sales tomorrow and Friday and maybe Saturday too. But I tell you what, these garage sales, they're getting too rough. There's too much internet. There's too easy to look up how much your stuff is worth. And there's too many people that have garage sales that are just trying to get a whole bunch of money. I like garage sales where people are just trying to get rid of their crap. That's generally what they've always been in the past, but good luck finding a video game at a good price half the time now. It's really hard. And that's why I'm selling them here. But we got to keep the inventory up. But we're eating in. I think I got another good solid year out of my inventory I still have on hand. So I'd like to go buy another big lot from somebody at a good deal. Special recipe, Mark. Yikes. Oof. I tell you, it was rough. It was real rough. All right, 10:05 and 18 at 53 seconds. It's Fantasy Zone. Talk about rough. It's got pretty nasty spine on it. But the game is really rare. But it's not in perfect shape. There's no doubt about it. And I think the price is reflecting that, which is completely fair. But we'll see what happens here. These Switch games tend to sell, though, which I'm intrigued by. I still have a lot of Switch games that sell, but it just feels weird selling a game system that's current. All right, 20-second snipe time. We're at 10:05 for Fantasy Zone and 18:50 for the Sega Genesis Switch game. 10:05 and 18:50. 10:05, 18:50. We have 5 seconds to go. 10:05. Oh, 20:50. We went up $2. Oh, we went up another $1 there almost. Wow, we made another $3. That's half a beer at the Big Dog, right? What do we do? That's just is that called a snipe? Wow.
Wow!
Yes, that was exciting. I agree. Let's move on. Point Blank. It's up to $35. And Darius GHD is still at 13. I wonder. I'm going to look at my phone here. So I had to relist Point Blank, but I don't think it went that high last time. But we'll see here. have anybody asking me questions, do I? No. Okay. You have a lot of auctions ending in the same day. You can get a hair confusing, I'm not going to lie. Alright, let's see here. Cycling through. Looking for that point blank from a couple weeks ago. Yeah, that one for $22.50 last time. On the relist, I'm getting a better price. That's good news for me. Whoop whoop. So I'm not going to complain about that. A little party in itself, right? So Point Blank 2, the Point Blank gun games are amazing fun. And I'm putting them heavily on the new arcade. I have the original arcade port, and then I have the PlayStation 1 versions, and I think there's some PlayStation 2 versions I got to put on there yet too. So anyway, I just have to get the Sindens in cooperation. I think they're both working together fine on my Point Blank 1, believe it or not. But some of the other emulators, it's giving me a bit of a headache. I think I need to wire in the buttons because I'm going to make hard, like player 1, player 2 button, credit, exit game button, like all this fun stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But here we are at 48 seconds and $35 and $13. So real coming together here. It's going to be a fun shipping day after this. 23 auctions is a lot to ship in a day, especially if people buy multiples. It gets really confusing. But I'll just take my time and get her right. And I'm hoping I feel a little bit better tomorrow. I can get a little exercise walk in. We'll see how it goes. All right, we're in Snipe Land. 20 seconds ago. 35 and 13. 35 for Point Blank 2. $13 for G Darius HD for the Nintendo Switch. 35 and 13. Coming down to 10 seconds. 35 and 13. 35 and 13. Uh-oh. 5 seconds. 35 and 15.50. We'll take that. All right, we got a little bit of a snipe there. If I can find my mouse cursor. Boy, I am going blind today, I swear. Yeah, that was really cool. Excuse me. Now we have the Evercade sitting at $100. Look at that. And then we have the Final Fantasy 12 sitting at $20.51, which is 50 cents higher than we started the show. So, it's getting rich here, folks. Those Evercades, they're kind of cool and they're kind of collectible. The tariff thing's been a bit of an issue for them now. Because they're all made in the UK. And the tariffs go up, then they go down, they go up, they go sideways. Getting harder to make a purchase on those. You don't like that one, Mark? Jeez. Yeah, that one I just kind of clicked on. I didn't even remember what it was. I don't use that one very often, but now that I know that you like it so much, Mark, I'll make sure to play it more. All right, so we're still sitting at $100 here in 2051. Hopefully we get some movement on that Evercade. Nice and sealed, U.S. seller. Gotta want some of that action, right? And yeah, it should be good times. Should be good times. So they've updated the Plex app. I don't know how many of you are Plex users. If you're my friends, you're probably using Plex. But the Android app went through a pretty major change. And it on our tablets, it's hard to even use now. And the tablets aren't that old. They're Levanos and they're the Pros 2s or whatever, and OLED screens. They're nice little tablets, but yeah, a lot of the functionality, it's just so broken. So hopefully they get some more updates in there. I saw they just did an update to the Plex server yesterday and I put it through, but you just never know. I'm not a big fan of it. I like the old version. All right, here we get Snipe Land now. 20 seconds. We're at 100 for the Evercade and Final Fantasy 12. We're at 2051. 15 seconds. 100, 20, 51. $100 and 2051. $100 and 2051. 3, 2, 2350. Ouch on the Evercade. 123.50. So we got. Oh, here you go, Mark. I know you like that one, Mark. All right, are we going to get any more movement on this big bad boy? The Sega CD combo, 173, and we got Mortal Kombat 11 at $10. Yee-haw! Man, I should look at something here. Hey, how much more tape do I have on this roll? You know what? I bet I got more than 23 on there yet. I almost wonder if I shouldn't. Does it give me a warning on this brand? I bought these and I have another new one like this one, but I know the ones at work never had warnings. And it doesn't look like this one's going to either, because the way they're manufactured. Yeah, no warnings. Aren't you guys excited that we want you to do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh yeah, there's more than 23 here. Yeah, so yeah, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm counting rolls of labels on a video live. And you may think I'm pathetic for doing it, but you're watching me. I think the low snipes is because Mr. Nissan can koozie hasn't been used lately. You know what? You're right. Our sponsor, Mr. Nissan, he hasn't made an appearance in a long time. It's a good point, Stace. Well, see, look how many bids the Sega Genesis Sega CD combo has gotten. 61 bids. That's a lot of watch vibrations throughout the last week. And even like this Mortal Kombat, it may be sitting at just $10, but it's gotten 12 bids. So, kind of crazy. People, like, they think they're always going to get it for like $12, and they go, oh, I swear I saw the counter kick up. All right, 20 seconds, $73.01 for the Sega CD. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 11, $10. 173.01 and $10. 173.01, $10. 173.01, $10. 173.01 and $10. And we got nothing. Oh, Stacy came in the room and threw Mr. Nissan at me. So is that Snipe Fail our sponsor issue? May have been. It may have been. Yeah, dang it. Sorry, guys. I'm just messing around my label maker, right? All right, let's get to the next two. We're almost done. We're into bonus items. So, Katie, you can get excited if you want. Click on the wrong thing. The Hardy Boys. Ooh, it's up to $21. Ooh. And then the Disney is up to $13.50 still. It's weird because the Disney one was up. And the Hardy Boys one wasn't really moving. So, I don't know. Go figs. All right, let me get this cozy on this. Beer's been getting kind of warm. So 2105. Look at Lunchbox Madness. That's what this is. Remember having these growing up? Remember if you put like real soda in there, like a can of Coke, how it would blow up in those thermoses and leak all over all your food? These are in pretty good shape though. Even if you look inside the thermos, It's missing the top cover thing, but look, it's nice and clean in there. You can drink out of that. It has a normal cap, but not like this one's cap. But very clean too. Aladdin is the ones that made the caps for those. So wouldn't that be fun to have? $21.05 and $13.50. We'll see what happens here. I picked these up at garage sales. I paid too much for them, I think. I think I'm going to get skunked on these a little bit. I paid $15 a piece for them. And just because the garage selling has been so dry. And thinking, well, maybe I could squeeze out, you know, $30 a piece for them. But it might not happen here. Only have 7 watchers on each of them. You never know. Do they snipe lunchboxes? All right, snipe time. 20 seconds to go. $21.05 and $13.50 for the Disney. The Hardy Boys, $21.05 and $13.50 on the Disney. We're going to get any snipes? Ooh, I have a bad feeling about these. Well, we got 15. We got a little snipe on the Disney. Huh, yay.
Wow!
There you go. Isn't that something? We only have one more auction left. And it's this cheesy little tractor that's sitting at 99 cents. So stick around if you want. See what happens. I don't know. Nothing to do with video games on this, but pick this up for 50 cents total. It's at $1 right now. So yeah, that means I'll probably break completely even after shipping this at 99 cents. So it's even worth the effort. I didn't do a video for this, obviously, but it's kind of cool, though. Look at that bad boy. No seat, though, but it's got the steering wheel. I have a picture from the back, don't I? Huh. Oh, there. Kind of says Ford. Kind of cool, though. These die-cast things, you run into them, and they'll be like $100. Someone's asking. And then they'll be 50 cents. And you're like, I don't know. And you Google image it, and it's all over the place. So, it just gets to be kind of like, womp, womp, womp. But we'll see, I guess. All right, 1 minute and 10 seconds. And this is last for the show. Then I got to play the weird shipping game where I got to look at everybody's name and see if they match to see if somebody won multiple auctions. Kind of irritating. But it'll take me a little bit longer than usual today, but I always wait for a whole hour after all the auctions before I go to the post office. So if you pay within the hour of winning your auction, you ship same day. Otherwise, you got to wait till tomorrow. Well, we'll see what happens. 30 seconds to go here. I think we're not going to get a snipe on this. Be interesting. I got 2 watchers on it. Isn't this a good one to have end the show? A 99 center. All right, we're in snipe land. Let's see what little blue tractor can do here. 15 seconds to go. 12 seconds. 10 seconds. I have a bad feeling about this one, folks. But hey, it's sold. It'll sell as long as I pay. No snipe. 99 cent finish. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a fantastic week. Be safe.